Five.
Yo, everybody, what is happening? Welcome back to another episode of Fantasy on Tap podcast. I'm your boy Eric. Sonnier, this is my boy Blake. We just want to start by saying thank you again to the Fantasy Six Pack for allowing us to do this year. We only got a few more shows left, so hopefully we make them count for you going into the playoffs in 2 weeks. Oh, I guess next week, right? I mean, playoffs start next week.
Yeah, I mean some people already started playoffs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So make sure you become an All-Access member of Fantasy Six Pack to get those access to that for this year and next year. Hopefully you sign up and like it. To get our access to our award-winning rankings, DFS projections, betting advice, and other league-winning content. Best of all, you get access to us directly on our Discord, where you can get custom advice for your leagues. Go to fantasysixpack.net/plans. Use promo code FFPlayoffs to save 25% off when you sign today.
25%. Let's go.
25% going into the playoffs. But
That's really
yeah.
good.
Let's go ahead and get started with the show today, dude. Start off with a big fat Saints hell again.
Yeah, real quick, right before we jump into that, just one thing I want to say about the F6P membership. The betting guys, the guys that are doing DFS, like they're making money over there. Like, so if you don't even play fantasy football and you're somehow watching this, just jump on there for the DFS if you're one of those betting people, because they're making, I mean, dude's making like $150 a Sunday, which, I mean, just one of those will cover most of your league fees if you're not in too many leagues, So, yeah, definitely jump over on that. Don't forget about the DFS, because it's not just fantasy football we do over here. It's DFS too. So I was surprised. I was looking at his Twitter and I was like, dang, I need to be doing DFS. I'm just really annoyed with all my accounts, because I don't know what the deal is, if I just keep getting hacked or what, but every time I try to log in, it's like, oh, got to change your password. And at this point, I'm just like, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. It's like, I don't know what's going on, but it always wants me to change my password. All right. Get back to that Saints fat L.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, they're all starting to blend together. Who did we even play this weekend? The Lions. That's the worst ass one we've had in a while. At first, it seemed like it was going to be. Then we came back. The game was a little hope. Then all of a sudden,
I mean, true Saints fashion. We can't just let us lose 49-0. Like, we gotta be coming back and get on the edge of your seat for the whole fourth quarter. Classic, right. Just real classic Saints. So
exactly. Derek Carr looked terrible in the first quarter. Then all of a sudden, second quarter, he started playing okay. Completed 16 in a row or something, 15 in a row. And then,
yeah, I think I saw he was 16 for 17 in the second quarter. And I was just like, great. I love again, those Twitter guys putting that shit up there just to make us feel bad.
Right. And then, then Jameis comes in and throws a ball. It should have been pick sixed. Somehow found it Olave's hands, gets down to the 2. The next drive, just 3 straight. I mean, what was it? 3 or 4 straight is horrible passes for incompletions and we lose. So if anybody thought it was Jameis that should be playing, I don't know if Jameis or Carr is good. So I think we should just lose the rest of the season, honestly. We're not going to win in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the Barstool Twitter was asking, what do you think the Saints' final record will be? And I was like, well, I hope it's 5-12.
Right.
Trying to get the highest pick possible.
That's a friggin' Lulu, dude. Just hope it's that.
The worst part about this is, let's say we go 5-12 and we get pick 7.
Hang on 1 second. You can go ahead. Keep going.
Let's say we go 5-12 and get pick 7, and the Saints don't draft Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna absolutely lose my mind. This is the exact team that wouldn't draft Jaden Daniels too. I mean, I can't tell you the last time we drafted an LSU player. Fellow Saints fans watching and following along, I think Devery Henderson's probably the last Saints player we had who was good on our team. So it's hey, maybe draft a couple more. I mean, yeah, we have Tyrann Mathieu now, but we didn't draft him. Well, we could have drafted him. Could have had Patrick Peterson. There's so many guys we should have had. Gotta love the Saints just refusing to pick LSU boys. I mean, if you just want to sell a jersey, draft an LSU player. But yeah, I hope we finish out the season. And if you look at our next couple of games, I mean, it's Bucks, Panthers, Titans. No, we played the Titans at the beginning of the year. I don't know, but we got our next 5 games are very winnable. So it's like, what are we going to do here? Like, probably win the next 5 and make the playoffs or something. No, you're good, dude. I just monologued for a second. We're good. Basically, I'm saying we should go 5-12 and draft Jaden Daniels, but we probably won't. Oh, you can't hear me? Got me? Good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Did
you mute me?
Well, that would make sense because I can hear you.
Okay, hang on.
Probably just have to reattach your headphones. Put the headphone back in. Headphone in the jack.
All right, I can hear you. Sorry about that. Little work call.
Okay, guys. I was gonna say, like, you probably had your headphones attached to your phone or something. So now they need to go back to the computer. Basically, I said we need to go 5-12 and pick Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
But knowing us, we'll win the next 5 games and not pick Jaden Daniels. Even if he falls to us at like 22, we'll be like, Derek Carr took us to the playoffs. So that's 100%. Where I'm at.
Yeah, he. I don't, but just the fact that we're 5-7 right now, Dennis Allen shouldn't have a job. We have the easiest schedule in the NFL with a Pro Bowl roster, realistically, right? I mean, defense is pretty good. Offensive line has not been playing horrible lately. Great receivers. An all-star in Chris Olave, right? Like, he's a great receiver. And we're 5-7, like, against the worst schedule we've ever had.
Kamara is a top 4 running back. I mean,
top 4 running back who missed the first 3 weeks. I mean, it's just he's doing exactly what CMC's doing. He's just not doing it as well. So it's not getting, and he's on the Saints, so it's not getting enough recognition. But yeah, it's just horrible. I'd rather just lose the rest of the season, get a high draft pick, and start over. Fire Loomis, fire Dennis Allen,
fire Loomis. Wow.
Pete
I've been seeing a lot of fire Loomis.
I'm just like, screw it, just clean out. You know what I mean? Like, just do everything differently. If we kept Loomis, I wouldn't be that mad. But we should definitely fire Allen and Carmichael, and definitely should figure out a way to get rid of Derek Carr. I'll tell you that. But yeah, so that's all it is. We can.
You know what's the worst part about this too is that, like, the Super Bowl is in New Orleans next year.
I know.
So it's like
there's zero chance.
We just try to be good. Like,
yeah, there's just no way.
That's why we got to get Jaden Daniels and just hope we just he brings us right to
if we just had somebody playing halfway decently, like, we'd probably be winning every game, right? I mean, I won't.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten blown out or nothing in any games, really. So
I wouldn't blame Derek Carr for the interception. But I mean, I also, on the same hand, the same play that he tried to go to Jahan Dotson there, H.T. Perry was not open down the field for a touchdown. So I mean, like, why did you throw to that guy? You looked at him, so why didn't you throw it to him?
Yeah, that's just kind of exactly what I've been saying about him these last few weeks too. Is he doesn't have his foot mechanics are way off. So when he was looking at Perry, he kind of was side-eyeing him, and his feet were crazy. So I mean, he doesn't have the arm strength to throw across his body like that. So that's probably why I didn't throw it. But if you're sitting in the pocket and not so damn scared when you're scanning the field, you can make that throw to that dude, you know. But I mean, we're just so spoiled. I say it every week. Like, everything I'm thinking quarterback is all Drew Brees, but it's like, no, not a lot of people are Drew Brees. So I just need to dude, we got fans saying Jake Haener, and I'm like, dude, y'all are high on drugs. And now put Jake Haener in if you want to lose the next 5 games. Hell yeah.
Right.
But
right.
I mean, people think
I honestly just hope
I
hope we just start Jameis Winston this weekend, so we lose to the Panthers, and then everybody's like, okay, well, maybe we should also play Jameis Winston, because, like, that's the narrative right now. Is like, well, we should bench Carr for Winston. I promise you, if we play Winston, we're gonna lose. Like, it's not gonna be any different.
I can't imagine it being much better. Yeah, it'll be a more entertaining game to watch because at 100%. Least he pulls the trigger, and, like, the one thing Jameis Winston's gonna do is make a decision, whether it's the right or wrong one. We'll figure that out. But Derek Carr, I mean, the O-line has played pretty well the last few weeks, and Derek Carr just refuses to make any throws. He's a second late on every read. Like, when a guy's open, he doesn't see him until a second late. And so by then he's like, then he hesitates, then he overthinks it, and by then he's like, and he's just like, so.
Yeah, 100%.
Not a lot to talk about with him. Derek Carr, the city has turned on you, bro. Sorry. I wanted better, but
food. Yeah.
Maybe you
coming back.
He might be one of those guys that clocks out at 4, you know, and Drew Brees used to stay till midnight, And I think that's the difference because
it's definitely something I can see. He's not even like an enjoyable guy either. Like he seems like a prick.
Yeah,
like,
his attitude has really sucked.
It's not like it's not like he's owning it, going to the press conference saying we need to be better and blah blah blah. He's just a dick. It seems like, you know what I mean. Like, he's not cool. I don't want that guy. You know what I mean? I don't want that guy as my quarterback, especially if he was playing great and he was kind of a dick. I'd be like, okay, well, at least we're winning. We're losing and you're being like that, dude.
It's funny.
You know what I mean?
It's really funny how much we really like talked ourselves into liking him, because I mean, it's like almost like Madden brain. You're like, all right, this dude's like a 78 overall. Like, he can come in and we can win 9 games. But it's like, no, like you can't just plug a guy in, no matter how decent he is. Like, if he's not willing to like turn it around and change his ways, like, you can't teach an old dog new trick. I mean, dude, I almost put him on good this week. Trevor Browning, is that his name?
No, the dude from the Bengals.
Yeah, Browning, whatever his first name
is. It Trevor?
Something Brown. I guess I'm thinking Trevor Lawrence. Something Browning. But dude had 355 yards and like 5 incompletions, and was literally like, if you go look at his passing chart, dude, I mean, he was just dropping dimes, dude. Like,
yeah.
I mean, what are we doing here? Like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Enough of this. Derek Carr,
let's move on to some fantasy stuff. We got game last night. Bengals won, by the way. That's crazy, without Joe Burrow. Trevor Lawrence got hurt. It doesn't look like it's going to be terrible. He'll probably be out next week. And then you got the Cardinals and the Commanders on a bye. So Sam Howell, Kyler Murray, all them going to be not playable. James Conner, you get him back, and then he's out.
He has a great week, and then he's out.
Last week of buys, so you can get over that. Going into the playoffs.
This is the latest they've ever had buys, too. The buys used to end in Thanksgiving, I think.
Technically, before they added this extra week, playoffs for fantasy were this week. So can you imagine not having these people? Brian Robinson, all these people. It sucks. Let's start off with some good, dude. Who you got first?
Yo, Angelo, what's up, bro? Let's see. I got Brock Purdy as good. Mainly because there's 2 reasons I put Brock Purdy on here. Obviously, he had a great game. The Eagles' defense is pretty suspect. So if our boy Marlon was on here, he could tell you their defense is super suspect right now. So I'm not really like he had the greatest game, but he's QB7 on the year, and they're throwing him in the MVP race again, which I just think is crazy. I hope y'all put that bet on 40-1 last week when I said Tyreek Hill was 40-1. Now he's 20-1.
Tyreek Hill
is still 20-1, still good, and he had 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. He only needs 500 yards over the next 5 games to break 2,000. First wide receiver to ever break 2,000. I don't see how he's not at least in the MVP finalist. So 20-1 for a guy who's a finalist. I don't think Brock Purdy's winning. I think that would be stupid if he won. So that's why I put Brock Purdy on here, because he had a good game. They boosted him MVP odds. It's crazy. He's the favorite.
Not even just on his own team. Like, Chris McCaffrey deserves it over him. I mean, Chris McCaffrey's about to go 1,000 again. I mean, he should be another MVP candidate too. It's just a quarterback award at this point. So it's just like the Heisman. Like, they're trying to give it to the best player of the best team. It's stupid. But Brock Purdy, he looks good last night. I wouldn't say he's anything special though. I mean,
that's what I was about to say. I think you could plug in anybody, but maybe Derek Carr that could come in and be a solid quarterback for the. I mean, they have so many.
Debo took like
great line, great running back.
Put these numbers up.
Right. Exactly.
So
2 like slants and screens basically to score.
Speaking of Debo, dude, I'm about to take over this fantasy 6-pack league. I just had like one of the best weeks, and I was missing Josh Jacobs. I mean,
I saw that Joe Mixon trade was helping you out, man. Jerry Jeudy hasn't done nothing since I traded for him, and then Shaheed got hurt. So
I'm playing the second place team this week, and if I beat him, I'm probably gonna get the bye. So let's hope for that. I don't know if actually I don't even know how the playoffs work in this league, so maybe not actually. It's probably some stupid shit.
I mean, I'm gonna by this time next week. Hey, our watchers we got right now, tell me what y'all think. Should playoff tiebreaker be head to head or points scored? A lot of people love to say points scored recently.
You know what's funny?
The games head to head.
You know what's funny? We're in the Florida leagues. That league. Technically, right now I'm in 5th place because the 4th place dude. We both have the same record. I've beat him twice this year, but I have like 21 less points and he's ahead of me. So
now you see how stupid it is. You beat a guy twice and you're behind him. It's retarded.
So I was thinking, I was like, this is stupid. Like I drubbed him the first time, like 120 points. I barely beat him this last time, but I also scored the most points that week. So it was crazy.
Angelo says head to head. I'm with you, Angelo. That's how it should be. Play points when you're whenever you're doing a best ball league or something, But like, why are we playing weekly against a person if that win means absolutely nothing at the end?
Dude, you know what that means? You gotta like be active in the chat, like in the offseason, be like, hey, let's bring this to a vote, and we'll vote on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just started this league, though. I've just assumed every
league. This is the fifth year for this league.
Oh no, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about that league. I'm talking about Fantasy Six Pack.
This is the league you were. Yeah, but I'm talking about. Okay, all right, I get it.
Right. No, I mean, we talked about changing it in that league. It's just the sleeper app itself. They don't even track.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because I looked it up last year.
They might be able to do something differently. Because
it's so funny because it's a good app, but I just thought it was like I literally because it was me that lost out on it last year, so I like went hard on the Google, went through all their settings and everything, and they just
how to do it.
They literally didn't. They just don't have a way to track head to head like that, which I just think is crazy. So
because I think I looked into it too when you were mad about it last year. But yeah, let's jump back into it. We got Alvin Kamara. We at least got something bright going for the Saints. You boy AK, dude, just continuously doing good. He's almost 30 and he's still balling. 14 carries, 51 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 catches for 58 yards, and he's running back 4. He gets like every game total wise, he's getting 100 yards. He's not rushing for 100 yards every game, but he's at least getting 100 yards every game.
He's the bright spot of the season. That's kind of why I put him on here. He's also RB4 on the year. So I mean, we told y'all at the beginning of the year, draft this dude, even though he's going to miss the first 3 weeks, and that's paying off. So that's another reason I kind of threw him on here.
He's a big reason why in the Scott Fishbowl League, I'm still in the playoffs. Just made it past the second round. I was actually ranked like 40th out of 2,000 this week in the scores, so that's pretty good.
Stafford and Puka had a week, so I was kind of thinking
so
about
many people
the guys you have on your team.
I scored 286 this week.
Do you have Laporta too in that league?
Yeah. So
Laporta went off.
Like Stafford had 32, Kamara had 39, Mike Evans 33, Puka 27, Olave, Devontae Smith had 31.
Devontae Smith almost killed me in that F6P league because I was winning by like 30, and then this dude had Devontae Smith, and I was like, no, but luckily Jamar Chase last night
he
brought me back for the win.
Laporta had 46. Like,
because it's tight end premium. Yeah,
it's hard to lose if you got that happening, dude. I had Diggs and Kincaid on a bye, and I'm just adding those to the lineup, so that's gonna be pretty good.
I gotta go look at this because maybe next week, maybe one of the playoff weeks, we'll do a what we talked about during the off season. But I know I was high on Laporta.
Yeah, I like Laporta too. I like Laporta and Kincaid. They both were pretty good, especially for this premium. Because remember the offseason when I was drafting this Scotch Fishbowl League, and we were going over, we were like, if those tight ends are good for you, then you'll have a pretty good squad. And all those people that were good, like we talked about Alvin Kamara and then the tight ends, and all of them are just great. So I have a squad. I made it to round 3 of the playoffs. So,
and we didn't even do. I think we did QB and tight ends together. Yeah. Hawkinson, Kelsey, Laporta, and Hawkinson's 0.1 points over Kelsey.
Kelsey just looks like he doesn't want to be out there anymore. Like I was watching it the other day, he looks like he doesn't really give a shit. I gotta be honest with you. I was watching the game the other day, like against the Packers, when they lost. He just was like on the last drive where they needed to like score a touchdown to win to take the lead. Or no, tie it. I'm sorry. He just didn't look like he was running that hard.
I think I heard like a clip from his podcast about him saying that he's had like 9 surgeries or something, and I'm just like, I've never heard about him having a surgery once. Like they must be all off.
Well, he's also 30 something. So I mean, we probably haven't been following him that closely for that long. So
Well, I mean, I've had him on my team for a few fantasy years.
It's my first year with him, and he's kind of like his worst year in 6 years. So
thanks a lot, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, T Swift. He ruined the best tight end ever. But let's go with number 3 on the good, the last good. We'll do Nico Collins because that dude is ready to explode, dude. Hit before halftime, he had like 6 catches for 100 and some yards. Scored a touchdown, 9 catches for 191 yards. Wide receiver 12 of the year. Now Tank Della's out, so now he's just going to even explode even more.
Yeah, right. I mean, Turn that 12 targets into 15 or 16, 17 maybe, you know, like
the ceiling is only up for the Texans right now. They look really good. They're only going to get better. Hopefully, you know, they get a little bit better on the defensive side, but because their offense is humming. They're looking good. CJ Stroud's a beast. Tank Dell's a beast for next year. Nico Collins has been really good. Dameon Pierce is good. They just got to get him going. And then with D'Amico Ryans, they're gonna have a good defense going forward too. So go Texans. You know, I like when bad teams like them and the Lions are starting to do good again.
I mean, yeah, they've last 2 years their drafts. I mean, because they got old LSU player, the cornerback
Stingley. He had 2 picks.
Stingley. Yeah. So I mean, and then they traded up to draft that other guy, Will Anderson, and they got the quarterback. So I mean,
Will Anderson had like a swat and turned into an interception yesterday. He had like a couple sacks.
I'm about to make the Texans like a, you know, secondary Saints. I mean, a secondary team.
They're only 5 hours away.
You know? My mom was born in Houston, so it's like I can claim them, can do whatever I want. I'm just looking through some of these player stats stuff right now.
Yeah, but let's get into the bad. We got Zack Moss starting. We got Zack Moss at the top.
We talked about him last week, so I figured I had to throw him on here. 94 snap percentage, 19 attempts, and I think he had 7 points or something. Like, yeah, it's really bad. So.
That's really why. I mean, he had a ton of carries. It's a good outlook. It's just I think they were losing. They didn't have a good game.
Titans.
Yeah. It was a close game. Okay, it went to overtime. So yeah, they just were. I mean, 19 carries. You should have did better than that, especially when he had such a good couple games without JT. So you were just kind of hoping for a lot more production there. Hopefully he picks it up. Just like the next guy that we have on the list, we got Jahmyr Gibbs against the Saints.
I didn't put him on ugly just because 8 for 60. I mean, that's like 7.5 yards a carry. He only had 45% of the snaps, so it's only bad points wise. But I mean, 8 for 60 is great. Only 2 targets. You'd want more than that.
Yeah.
The Saints. I mean, I thought it was odd that he didn't have a better game. I guess it was just all those early touchdowns they had, so they were more running with Montgomery.
Yeah,
but I mean, Gibbs
the Lions are fake good.
Their defense is hot garbage. That's the real problem.
And then it looks like, I don't know, Jared Goff just seems like he's not that great. Like, you had a 21-point lead, they always came back. Like, it's just like he just stopped playing. I don't know. He looks scared to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely. It's funny looking back on Goff, like when they got rid of him with the Rams, you know, because he couldn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
he just has his ups and downs. I'd rather
he's better than a lot of people they've got out there, you know, but is he elite? Definitely not elite.
I think we'd be winning right now with Jared Goff, but
right. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like he's mid-level, but he's not like Super Bowl winning, I don't think.
I think both of those guys, though, Moss and Gibbs, will have better weeks going forward. Hopefully, I got them in both a couple leagues. So let's hope. And then lastly on the bad, we got Jahan Dotson. He just seems to be either on the good list or the bad list every other week.
Yeah, he's killing me, dude.
He's on the field though. 82% snap share. I mean, he's on the field. He's getting the plays. He got 5 targets. He just I don't know. He's just up and down. He's not going to be.
McLaurin and the other guy. Why is his name slipping my mind? I can see his face. He used to play for the Panthers, but now he plays for them. Curtis Samuel. I mean, dude. Samuel has been basically, I would almost say consistently better, other than when Samuel got hurt one week. He's been better. And Jahan Dotson was drafted way higher.
Gibson's getting Gary touches too in the
5 rounds higher or something.
So yeah.
Yeah, so Brian Robinson's hurt, so now Gibson's going to be the starter next week because I think did they put you on?
They're on the bye this week, so maybe he'll come back next week. But just like I got Brian Robinson. Gibson is just, I don't know, he's unappealing to me.
Hamstring injury. Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, it's a linger. But Dotson is just Sam Howell spreads it around a lot, right? He never really goes back to one target every single week. Logan Thomas was good at first. Now he's not really that much anymore. He's just not getting the looks anymore. Howell just spreads it around. That's all you can really say about that. So he's going to have his up and down. You can't really trust him for right now.
Howell is QB5 right now, though, for fantasy points. It's pretty crazy. I don't think anybody would have thought
he scored a lot of rushing touchdowns, too, I would say.
Yeah. One thing, just let me jump in here real quick. I know we're trying to speed through this, but let me just say real quick, I was totally wrong Rashad White, dude. Rashad White, however you want to say it. RB6 right now, dude. Now, there's really top tier because you got McCaffrey has 100 more points than RB2, which is Etienne. So it's like McCaffrey and everybody else. But Etienne is only 30 points away from Rashad White. So it's like, man, that's where we're at. Like Rashad
White's been balling for sure. I think White is like I haven't been in this league, so I can pull it up real quick. He's just getting a lot of opportunities. Running back 5.
Yep, RB5.
Running back 5.
I had to point that out just because I thought I was just like I was definitely wrong about that one. I mean, all these other guys that were in here I liked. I mean, in the top 10, well, except for I didn't know about Kyron Williams even going to be playing, but yeah,
that's not him. Yeah,
Tyreek Hill has 70 more points than wide receiver 2.
Dude, if you really watch the games with an offensive play, he is so fast. Like that's just he doesn't even need to be that great. I mean, he's just so fast. Like he catches the ball and he's gone. Like you cannot.
He has 300 more yards than CeeDee Lamb.
And CeeDee Lamb's wide receiver 2.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, for yardage, wide receiver 2 is actually Keenan Allen. Amazingly enough,
a lot of points.
I don't think you could ever see that coming, especially with how up and down Justin Herbert's been.
I think we said Keenan Allen was going to be good. We just knew he was injury prone.
And then look, this last week he sucked because he was injured. So it's just like, fantasy's so rough with that stuff.
Yep. But yeah, back to the good, bad, ugly. We started with some ugly. We got some Bryce Young. Love that for him. They drafted him number 1 overall, and he's just not that good.
This is where the problem lies, dude. 0 rushing attempts, so he has no rushing floor. He's 5'8", standing behind a bunch of 6'5", 300-pound guys. I mean, it's just like the thing.
I will say his offensive line collapses quick. I will say that, and he's.
He doesn't have a good line. Definitely not. I mean, he has no weapons really. I mean, even Thielen.
None. Yeah,
is not a weapon. He's an old white guy, But the thing with Kyler Murray being little. At least Kyler Murray got the wheels, dude. He's got that toddler, got the cell phone type of thing where he's just like a pinball,
And they thought Bryce Young was going to do that because I saw a clip today of him running around in Alabama. He was running around. He's just not that fast now. He's not that guy.
Yeah, I mean, quick. There's a difference between quick because Kyler Murray's quick and he's got long speed. Like maybe your boy has some long speed, but
Bryce Young doesn't have a huge arm.
Quick.
Doesn't have
a big arm either. Yeah.
So even on the run, he's just not hitting that. So I don't know. Maybe the Panthers made a bad decision. They traded away a lot of capital for this dude. He's just not that good. So that's good for us. I love it. I hate when the Panthers are good.
Yeah, because they're in our division, but they screwed the pooch hard. I mean, they don't got their first round pick, their second round pick,
and they're number 1. They're gonna have the number 1 pick, and they're gonna lose it. That's crazy.
That hasn't happened since like the 90s or something.
Well, they could have had Caleb Williams this year.
Their first pick or something one year. Yeah,
they could have had Caleb Williams coming into this year. So that's really gonna stink.
I think this is something we said in our draft episode, our inaugural episode was like, I think I said this about the Texans though, but I'm like, why are you gonna pick Caleb? I mean, why are you gonna pick Bryce Young?
Yeah.
When Caleb Williams is coming out next year, now Jaden Daniels is looking good. Bo Nix had a good season. Penix.
Well, Bryce Young won the Heisman. He at a championship. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be good. He just doesn't look it.
It's tough.
He's
dude.
still little.
I mean, you're playing at Alabama, dude. It's like the 33rd NFL team. I agree. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Besides Tua, nobody's really been coming out of Alabama been good. It's just you're playing with 3 first-round receivers. You have a first-round running back at all times, and you have 4 or 5 offensive linemen at all times that are 400 pounds.
You know what's funny about it too is it's exactly what all the detractions about Bryce Young were exactly what they said about C.J. Stroud. Oh, he plays at Ohio State with a great team and blah blah blah. But it's like, yeah, he's also like 6'3", has a great arm, can move in the pocket. Like, and when you watched him play, he was making like killer NFL throws. This is something I remember saying in our thing. It was like, if it was up to me, I really think I would take CJ. If I was going to take one, I would take Stroud over Young. And look, Panthers.
Even Will.
Me and you both were like, well, I hope the Panthers take Bryce Young,
I even think Will Levis is doing pretty well. He's just a prototype kind of guy. He's tall, he's slender, he has a nice arm.
He had that nice little sidearm throw.
He's not bad either. He's not playing. If the Titans were better, he'd be playing good too. It's just Bryce Young just doesn't look that good. He's small. He's making bad decisions. He doesn't.
No weapons too. I mean, I just don't see how you trade DJ Moore when you're going to draft a quarterback. Like
your best weapon. your best running back is Chuba Hubbard. I mean, he's not really that good. He scored 2 touchdowns this week. That was a slap in the face.
Yeah. Bryce Young,
Yeah,
bro.
next
We're
guy is
sorry for you.
next guy is another division guy. We can talk about their quarterback too. We got Drake London.
The division leading Falcons. How about
And
that?
they drafted him as the first receiver off the board. When they had Chris Olave, they had Garrett Wilson there, they had all these people there, and he 1 catch for 8 yards. They don't have a quarterback though. I think Drake London is a good guy. I don't think he's better than Garrett Wilson or Olave, but hey, he's on the Falcons. Ritter sucks. They beat us, but whatever. I don't really like Drake London. I don't like the Falcons. And I could deal with the Panthers maybe, but I just do not like the Falcons. So if you want to take this one, you can. If not, we can move on pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't mind moving on. I really just was going to see if I could check his ADP.
I think it was like Drake London was in the 5 to 7 range, I want to say.
Round 5 to 7, you're saying? Why doesn't it show it to me? I thought I could look it up, but yeah, I mean, he's wide receiver 44. You definitely drafted that guy in like the wide receiver 20 range. So if you drafted Drake London, this is his worst week since week 1 too, where he had 0 points. Don't forget that 90% snap share week 1, 0 points, 1 target. This week, 85% snap share, 5 targets, 1 catch for 8 yards. I mean, it's better than a goose egg, but you're not drafting this dude to be a wide receiver 2 and get you 1 point.
Yeah.
I mean, he has had 1 good week basically all year, and it was against Washington, who we know sucks. He was wide receiver 6, 9 catches for 125 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns on the year. Did you? I gotta tell you his quick stat, totally off subject. Deron Bland for the Cowboys, the defensive back. He has more touchdowns this year than Kyle Pitts has in his career.
What?
I mean, is that not a ridiculous stat, dude? Like,
yeah, I think
he's got more than London this season too. Like,
that dude stepped into the Diggs role. He's getting insane catches and stuff, but he's also getting torched when he's not getting interceptions. So
I know, right? It is so funny.
Good. Yeah,
he's not great, but he'll score a touchdown. They're saying he's like a top. I think he's in the top 5 for defensive player of the year too. It's the most touchdowns a defensive player has scored in a long time. So, yeah.
But last but not least, we got
this one was for Marlon.
Ugly.
Marlon's out.
Swift.
He's
Eagles
not watching. But...
Eagles got drubbed by the 49ers. 6 of 10, 13 yards. 6. He also got hurt in the game, but 2 catches for 7 yards. Boston Scott played a lot. Kenneth Gainwell played a lot.
Yeah, Gainwell had an all right week. I mean, nothing special, but yeah.
You couldn't get anything going in the run game. He's not the pass down back. But even though he had 6 targets, but Eagles got drubbed this week, so that was kind of tough for him. But they'll be back. You know what I mean? That was just a bad game. Was that at home, though?
Yeah, it was at home.
So that's tough. I don't know how you bounce back from that. But they're still in the lead. They still got first place. So, I mean, I think they'll be fine. DeAndre will be good going forward.
I got to say something, too, real quick. Marlon said he was out tonight, so I don't know if he's watching. I don't think he would be because he said he's going bowling or something. But I was listening to his podcast this week, and he basically explained his fandom for the Eagles. He said he went to his first Saints game when he was like 7 years old, and the Saints fans booed like the quarterback, and he said it just like it rubbed him the wrong way. And I just thought it was really weird because the Eagles are like
the worst.
are like known specifically for their fans like cursing players out and like hating their team. Like they're like the hardest on their team of all the
Eagles fans are like the dumpster fans of the league. Like I've seen it.
I just thought that was funny. Like,
yeah, they're like always arguing with people on TikTok and stuff, and like yelling at kids and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, his whole thing was like, "Oh, Saints fans are the worst. I hate Saints fans," and I'm just like,
right.
It just seems so. I'm like, dude, but Eagles fans are like the worst. Like, I just from what you hear, you know. I mean, Marlon's a cool guy, but I just think that's kind of funny that.
Marlon gets it when he gets offended about his team. He gets a little toxic as well. Don't let him fool you. If you follow that group on Facebook, that dude spams that one guy. He hates that guy.
That guy is like everybody hates that dude.
Yeah, but Marlon hates it. It goes in on him and posts like all kind of stuff.
That guy's crazy with his stuff though. I really think I don't even know if that's a real person, dude. Like he's like AI generated to just be a troll.
It's definitely possible. It's troll Marlon for sure.
Yeah. So Marlon
gets under his skin.
The other day, Carr gets hurt, and my dad says in the text thread, he says, thank God or something. Now we can put in Jameis or something. My dad wasn't like.
Of course, your dad said that.
My dad wasn't like happy that. I think he said put in Taysom Hill or something. I don't even know, but he wasn't like wanting Carr to get hurt. But he was like, I'm glad he is hurt now because they'll have to put somebody else in, right? And Marlon comes in with the classic Saints fans like cheering for people to get hurt or something. And I was just like, damn, Marlon, it's not like no one. We didn't want Derek Carr to get hurt. We just needed him to get hurt so they would take his ass out because it's the only way they're gonna.
He did get crushed, and when he got hurt, I will give him that. Like people have been circling around that he just comes out of the games when he gets hurt.
When he's sucking.
But dude, he got demolished by that guy. Like he picked him. Look, that dude came out of. I think it was Bruce Irvin. It came out of the corner and like picked him up and like slammed him down on his body. I felt for the guy. I was like, that looked like it hurt. Like
a lot of what they've said about Derek Carr too. A lot of defenders around the league know almost that he plays really bad once he gets skittish.
Yeah,
which is what we've seen from him all season. So
absolutely, as soon as he gets some pressure on him, he's just like, I don't know. So it's just.
And this is what I said. I think at the beginning of this, in the first episode of this podcast when we talked Saints, is that the thing about Winston is when there's no pressure, he's pretty good, but he's terrible when the pressure's up in his face. And then both of our guards suck this year. So, like, all the pressure is always coming when he gets those big eyes, and you're just like, yep, it's over.
He starts doing like this. He's like,
yeah, dude, all those drills are coming back. I'm like, I love the drills. You got your hands tough on the ball, but it's like now your brain is like empty. It's just like
he's scattered. Yeah.
I think they said that Popeye's meme with the kid that does like this.
Yes,
you know what I'm talking about? They said that's Jameis Winston from when he grew up. Like, Jameis Winston, that was you. Like, so yeah, guys, the Saints suck. The Eagles lost, so they suck too.
I'll be at the game.
Did you see that the Jaguars can be the 1 seed this week if they win?
I did see that. Even though they lost yesterday.
Or no, I guess they had to. I think I was thinking from yesterday. They had to.
But that's also because the Chiefs have been trash. The Chiefs just don't look.
Chiefs
that
are like
good
the
at all.
4 seed now, dude.
Yeah, they just don't look that good at all. They
now
don't have
it's
any
like
receivers. It's crazy.
Dolphins and Ravens. Yeah, they're really regretting that Tyreek Hill trade.
Got to be, because they didn't. Who they drafted with McDuffie, and he ain't a world beater. I can tell you that.
I even forgot. No, they drafted Sky Moore.
Sky Moore is trash.
Rasheed Rice. McDuffie's the corner. Okay, I thought he was a wide receiver for a second. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They traded a second for Tony. He sucks.
Looking back 2 years ago, the whole thing, they drafted Edwards-Helaire with the 32nd pick, and T. Higgins went the very next pick.
Yeah.
Just drafted T.
Jonathan
Higgins.
Taylor. They could have drafted Jonathan Taylor
but they won last year without all of these dudes. So it's like
they got rid of Juju, but like he wasn't that great for them. And Scatling was their best receiver, but Kelsey was playing a hell of a lot better last year than he is right now. So.
Yeah, Kelsey had 100 catches.
He's not playing well this year. But all right, guys, that's our show. We didn't get any questions today, so that sucks. But hopefully it happens. It gets better next week.
I mean, what questions left could people have? It's playoffs. I mean, really, it would just be start-sit questions, and we already have a separate show on this channel for start-sit. So we're really just here to shoot the crap with y'all, talk about the Saints and other teams that should be doing way better. But I mean, dude, when you think about the Broncos have a better record than us right now, and they started off like 0-4.
Yeah.
And
the crazy thing is, we're literally one game out of playoffs, and like we're gonna fuck around and make playoffs and have a 20th pick. Like it's gonna be stupid,
dude. I think we have the 9th pick right now or something. I'm just like,
because our schedule for the rest of the year is super simple. Yeah. Like it's like the Giants, the Panthers. Like we got the Bucs who've been
destroy us.
But they're beatable.
No, that's the thing. That's why when you took that phone call for a second, I was literally saying, I was like, knowing the Saints. We'll go 4-1 or 5-0 in these next couple games and get like into the playoffs, lose, not do anything, and then have a lower pick. And then even if Jaden Daniels somehow fell to us at like 22, we wouldn't pick him. We'd be like, oh, Derek Carr. If we don't pick Jaden Daniels, I don't care what. We should trade up. I don't care. I don't even know if he's going to be that great of a
he's exciting though.
NFL quarterback, but
he's exciting.
He fits the mold of today though, where you got to be speedy.
Like Lamar Jackson.
You got to move. And he throws way better than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
he's 100% a better passer than Lamar Jackson.
Same body build though. Same body build.
A little taller. But skinny.
Got a nice little arm too. But that could be changed. You know, you can get some weight. But he's fast.
But if he comes to us, he's got Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. I mean, those are no neighbors, but I mean, he's just I'd say Neighbors and Olave are pretty similar, like at least
fast
in
and
playmaking. Yeah.
Shaheed too, like he's just fast. Brian Thomas and Neighbors seem like tall guys, but yeah. So I think that's it. Make sure to sign up for the fantasy6pack.net/plans FF playoffs.
25%
for the 25% off, dude. Hit that bell so for our last few shows you can watch us do this thing every Tuesday night. So next Tuesday, hopefully you got some lineup questions for us. We'll answer those too if you need them. But other than that, I think I'm good. I'm ready to tap out.
Let's tap out.
See you.